Hello and welcome to the Recruitment. Today we are in Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords and we're continuing our Let's Play series. Now, if you haven't been keeping up, we are currently at war with Sturgia. We have gone from the very beginning of this game all the way up to creating our own kingdom. And now we're doing a one-on-one war against Sturgia. And you know what? This war has been going very, very well for us. In fact, we have taken their only town, or the only town they have at the moment. They also have a castle. And of course, at the end of the last episode, we did finish taking over their town. So we're going to continue our push to wipe Sturgia off the map, and that's going to require us taking on their last castle too. Now, I quite like this because, of course, we are now beating Sturgia with their own clans. That's right, their clans defected onto our side, and we're now using their clans to attack them and destroy them with their own troops. And that's just a bit of poetry, if you ask me, and that is what Bannerlords is all about. And don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying this playthrough, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget we do have an active and growing Discord. We got a ton of active guys in that Discord, and they are part of the community on the Critically Clueless, a fabulous part of the community. And it's really cool every day just to wake up and see all the tons of messages that is happening and find out just what's happening within the Bannerlord community as well. Everyone is having a different playthrough. Everyone's story is evolving differently. And I love how this game is unique. And so no two runs are ever the same. I think it's kind of cool. It's one reason why I love Bannerlords. But anyway, the link for the Discord, of course, is down in the description. If you want to join the server, come and say hi. Now, one thing I've noticed is that our party is pretty good, but our scouting skill can't get any higher. We're kind of capped out around 90, which is what my scouting skill is at. So I've just gone ahead and swapped it in for my younger brother. Now, he has recently turned 18 and he's got all the skills of what I need to have a high scouting skill. So I've put him in that position. And hopefully over the next couple of episodes he's going to level up, and it's going to prove me right that it was a really good idea for me to change that. Now, of course, we didn't get a vote or a say in who got this last town. We kind of knew that that was going to be the case. In fact, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the last episode. So not being on the vote was of absolute no surprise. I did kind of cross my fingers and hope that perhaps I would be, you know, one of the three. But considering in the last episode we did actually hire 3 brand new clans, or recruited 3 brand new clans to the kingdom, none of them had any kind of land. It was obvious that it was going to be those 3 that are requesting land the most. So it kind of made sense. Hopefully, of course, if we'd, well, I guess if we'd have only recruited 1 clan or 2 clans, we could have been on that ballot then. So that's an oversight on my part, and maybe something for you guys to consider when it comes to you recruiting, you know, multiple clans. Maybe slow it down a bit to make sure you still get land if it is something you want. But as I did recommend in the last episode, making sure you have a happy kingdom, making sure that every single clan has at least 1 property and a little bit of money, it's a really, really good idea to have a balanced, happy kingdom. It means you'll be on the ballot a lot more, and eventually we will get to that. But of course, we are trying to expand our kingdom, and we're using Sturgia to do that. Now, as I said, I think it was a really good idea to put my younger brother as my scout. Scouting skill is underestimated. It's a really, really good ability. I haven't invested enough points into scouting, and that's kind of the point about Bannerlords, is you can't invest into everything. It doesn't work. You have to delegate. When it comes to your party, like for instance a surgeon, an engineer, and a scout, these are 3 things that are probably best suited to a companion. And it works out really well. It's worked out really well for me in this playthrough. I have an engineer, I have a surgeon, and now hopefully in an episode or 2 I'm going to have a really good scout that's going to outdo the levels that I would have been able to get on that. Anyway, this I love the fact you see all of those Sturgians just like running back and forth. They don't want to run past my castle. They do my my army, and they kind of want to help out. They just don't have the numbers to help out. I think that's quite funny. They probably don't have the influence or the troops where they can be recruited into an army either. Sturgia right now are just very, very weak. They have no money whatsoever, so they're very, very poor, and it's just an absolute whitewash when it comes to this war. Now, we are going to try probably and starve out these guys, because if we have a Luke, I think our numbers are a little bit too close. We obviously can't recruit anyone into our army while we are sieging as well. I don't really want to stop the siege right now, so I think starving out 100 troops of their garrison is probably a good call. It's going to take a little minute to do that. We have managed to break both the walls here, however. We are going to have to put in more influence in our army, because if we don't, that's going to break apart, which is a bit of a bummer. We have got 800 troops though, so what is it, 2-to-1 odds? I kind of like those odds, to be fair. I don't like it enough to simulate this battle, because I always find when you simulate sieges, especially sieges, you get heavy, heavy losses. I think breaking the walls certainly helps with that. Oh, there we go. Let that get a little bit too low. Let's pop that back up. Okay, so now cohesion is back up and rolling. We have almost starved them out. It doesn't look like they got any more food, so that garrison numbers, they will start dwindling. Once that hits 0, I think we're going to have to go ahead and attack. We could win anyway, but how? If you can starve out a few troops and, you know, knock off 100 troops, why not do it? You know, make it a little bit easier for yourselves. 15 more troops to die. Plus, I actually think when it comes to starvation, what actually happens is they get wounded and possibly helps boost the amount of prisoners you get after the battle. Now, that's not something that I'm 100% sure works, but I'm going to experiment with that over the next few days, because I feel like that is something that could be a thing. Let me know down in the comments if that's something you have experienced, if you have tried. Literally just pops and occurred to me then in my head as we was doing that. And of course we brought the absolute bad boy, which is that awesome one-handed brutal sword of ours. It does mad damage, can be used as a one-handed weapon. It is actually a two-handed sword, however. It wasn't a weapon that I was planning to use at all, but it just happened to be what it did. And you know what? I don't regret it. It's an amazing sword. Very bloody slow, but the thing does so much damage, especially when you're on horseback. The way the game's mechanics work, very, very good when a whole horseback and speed and weight of your weapon. I don't really want to charge into that without some troops behind me. Now when it comes to this and you do break those walls, and I feel like the game isn't going to freeze up and break up, what I do try to do is get in and get behind those troops just to try and, if I can't get through them like right now, like they're blocking so much, I managed to kill 1 or 2. But what I did manage to do is distract a few of the troops at least, just to help my guys kind of, you know, get in, get through, and have a chance to actually have a battle. Now, one of the most key parts of this is don't die and don't get knocked out. I've said it before in other episodes, but when you do die, when you do get knocked out, or maybe not die, but when it comes to the battle, Getting knocked out massively reduces the morale of your troops. If that happens, then you're going to experience a lot of losses. Backpedal our way up these stairs. There we go. Let's get these archers up here. If we get them, at least they're not going to be raining down arrows on our troops down below. Make sure we don't fall off the wall, of course, because that would be problematic. Can you imagine the fall damage we'd get? But I think the horse would be dead too. There we go. 126 on that swing. That's some good damage. We've about won this already. I took out like maybe 3 or 4 people. That's it. It's quite funny the horses can't go up the stairs, but of course they can reverse up them. Let's just make sure we charge. That way they will attack any last random dude stuck in a wall or a pillar or anything random like that. And of course we do have an absolute perfect seat, don't we? Let's see the masses of our troops attacking. And there we go. Battle finished and castle is acquired, guys. Well, Sturgia are not having a good day at the office at all. We didn't experience any deaths. We had 4 wounded total. Of course, if we have simulated that, that would have been a hell of a lot worse. We have the final attack to do. This is them falling back to the keep probably. We're going to just simulate that though. I think the Feigned champions had that in the bag. Got a good amount of prisoners. Good amount of loot. So much loot. I need to sell this loot. We are kind of getting a bit desperate for money. I say getting desperate. We still got over 1 million, but my bank balance definitely isn't what it was, and I would quite like a little bit more. So selling the infantry and actually getting some of those dinars back would be nice. Now we got the last castle. We certainly don't need the army anymore. That would just slow us down, and we're able to do no pickings. It also means that the troops that we've got, as in the parties that we got, will be able to go out and get some experience and get some renown for their clans too, if we, get rid of them. I don't think at the moment we can actually get many points in leadership anyway, so being in an army is not really going to help us too much. I do feel though that throughout this playthrough I have managed to acquire more leadership points quicker in the game than I would normally do so, because I wouldn't normally join a kingdom so early as I did here. Ooh. Does he want to join? No, he's not a clan leader. Oh well, I guess war it is, my friend. 100 troops versus our 500. They're not even worth fighting. But we did lose 2 people because we simulated that. 5-to-1 odds. We will let you go. We're going to let you go. Improve relations. I say improve relations, but I have no idea if I can recruit that clan or not. I think that little battle was a little bit of a cherry on the cake for us. Let's see if we need any more troops or not. I'm not sure we've had anyone die, so I don't think we're going to need to recruit anyone, but might as well make sure and have a look. These are brand new villagers after all. Oh no, no. We don't. We are pretty good. Can dump an extra couple of people in here though. we go. Now, there's no guarantee. Actually, we're probably not going to get this. Not even going to be on the ballot, to be fair. And there we go. We aren't on the ballot. However, I'm pretty sure we just gave this guy a town. So let's try and give it to someone different. So we still have exactly one clan within our kingdom that we do need to give some land eventually. I'm just resentful of giving him a castle because this guy cost me so much money to recruit. Really wound me up. At the moment, we can't really do too much when it comes to acquiring more land because, you know, we do have a war with Sturgia going on, and I like to keep that going on, but Sturgia have no more land to acquire. Let's see if we can bring these troops over to the garrison. Help them out a little bit. Ah, that's new. You have to request entry because, of course, we have given this castle to someone else. Donate prisoners. Oh, I just entered the dungeon. That's not what I wanted to do. To be fair, I didn't even want to donate prisoners. I wonder if we can... There we go. What? They've taken out all the troops that was in there? There wasn't a lot of troops. There was, what, 50 troops in there? And the dude's just taking them out, I guess, to fill his ranks, but that's kind of annoying. There we are, donating troops, and he's like, actually, bruv, I will take all of them. Bit of a git, if you ask me. And of course, we can't take any of these prisoners anymore either because I should have done that sooner. I should have done that straight away. That's another mistake. When I conquered and took this castle before it was given to my kingdom to divide, I should have emptied the dungeon. There's me talking about I need money. Throwing away perfectly good money right there. But I'm quite happy with that, guys. We have taken and acquired every single piece of land from Sturgia. Not only that, but we've also recruited a number of their clans. So I'm quite happy with that. I need to work on getting some money now, though. I think we've done a really good job against Sturgia. Sturgia has more than served their purpose. But I think acquiring a little bit of money is going to really, really help us. And of course, I'm buying horses that have the horse little icon next to them, meaning that they will boost up the speed of my party. As we've said in the last couple of episodes, my party has been running a little bit too slow. I haven't been able to catch some lords that I really wanted to catch. And that's probably because I don't have enough horses within my inventory to help my troops move quicker across the battlefield. So hopefully buying, you know, a few horses here and there. I'm going to go around a few of the other towns, I think, and buy up a few more steeds to help us move a little bit faster. It should help. But of course, until then, we do have a ton of random armor and bits to sell to get ourselves some money. We're looking at a clean 30 grand there. That's not too bad. Look at that. Everyone is awash right now. That's kind of cool. That's a shame. I thought Sturgia owned that, but they must have lost that one too. Let's go back to our capital. I feel like it's been a really easy transition in the last few episodes from, we were a vassal and we transitioned into becoming a kingdom, and a kingdom that can hold their own, I feel now. I think that we need to get a little bit more power. I think that we need to certainly get a few more clans in. But I think we're definitely on the way to holding our own. I'm really surprised we haven't had more people like declare war on us than we have had. Obviously, we're still playing Valandia. We're still playing the kingdom that we left. Um, so yeah, two people that we are paying tributes right now. I would like to eventually take both of them off. Maybe have them pay me. That would be cool. So I feel like right there and then, we've just set ourselves possibly an end to this playthrough. We've been going for 31 episodes now, I believe, which is the longest playthrough we've ever had on the channel, the most successful playthrough we've ever had on the channel, and I've greatly enjoyed it. But as this is a beginner's guide, I feel like we're kind of reaching the end now to what there is to show and to explain with this game. We've literally gone from absolute nothing to now having a kingdom. I think the next step is to have our kingdom grow into a power on the map where we are not paying anyone for peace, where we can actually hold our own when it comes to battle. Of course, we're not there yet. We definitely need more clans and we need more land. And of course, currently we are paying 2 countries tribute to not attack us. So there's definitely a few things we can do to work towards that. But I feel like we've set ourselves an end goal. And it's actually quite interesting because I did put this question, posed it in a Discord a while ago about what would be a good end outcome for this playthrough. So I feel like that's a good idea. Come on, prisoners. 70 will do. Like I said, guys, we are after some money right now. I'm probably going to have to resort to smithing. And of course, I have actually dedicated a couple of episodes to smithing on this playthrough. So after this episode finish, I may spend a bit of time doing a bit of smithing, getting ourselves a little bit of money, just so we don't need to worry about it. Obviously, we have recruited a number of clans. I want to recruit more clans. That's probably going to cost money because we don't have a decent relation. So yeah, smithing high on priority list, but we have actually boosted our smithing up to quite a satisfactory standard, whereas we can now print money at will. It just takes a little bit of time. Much like selling all of this junk, all of this takes a little bit of time too. I do need to spend some time actually going around and buying better armor as well, because despite us having battle after battle and some pretty decent sized battles as well, we haven't really got too much decent money, too much decent armor back from it, unfortunately. Made sure we grabbed a couple more of those horses then. I wish you could turn the autosave off. There we go. Our younger brother just caught a level then. He is getting some good few levels into scouting. Of course, all of that adds up to his actual level as well. It all adds up into experience. So the more a skill raises, it also raises your overall experience gain. He does not want to join me either, so war it is. You should have joined me, shouldn't you, dude? Let's face it. Don't need any troops, but we will take the prisoners and the loot. All the loot, always. Who is this? Nope. Trying to look out for party leaders. I kind of roughly remember who was a clan leader. So if we can see any dotted around, I will try and recruit a few more. Like I said, we do want some more troops and some more clans. And he was one of them. Firstly, what the hell are you doing sat outside my city? You just asking for trouble. And secondly, you're a clan leader. Let's see if we can get you. Although he may be too fast. Nah. Gutted. Okay, cool. What you're saying exactly, and that is what we were looking for. Oosh. None of them are great odds. Ineffective, that sucks. Let's try again. We got one. Okay. We really need a critical success or this isn't going to work. Ineffective. I believe it's impossible for us now. Yeah, a critical fail. Eesh, a critical fail. Okay, so this clan is never joining us. I believe... I'm not sure if a critical fail means they're never going to join you, but I do believe it means it's going to take a year at least for us to have another shot to recruit them. So keep that in mind. Critical fails suck. It kind of breaks all conversation. It's not going to happen. And that's a real shame. It's a shame we couldn't recruit them then. But again, guys, I said it in the last episode. I believe I said it in the episode before that. If you're going to recruit enemy lords, save before you attempt, because, you know, it is tricky. It can be really hard, and it only takes, you know, one ineffective and for you not to get that critical success for you to fail in recruiting that lord. Save yourself a bit of time, save the game beforehand, and just reload if that happens. But perhaps if we're lucky,
it's been a while.
We managed to catch him. See, getting those extra horses was just the ticket. Oh, a critical success. That's epic. That means we can have an ineffective and still do this. One more. Come on. Oh no! What is the likelihood of that, guys? That's really annoying. So not only did we have a critical success, we actually had 2 ineffectives. That's really annoying. I can't believe that happened. We were so close to having him. Again, guys, I just said it, but save before you try and recruit enemy lords, because that stuff happens and it's so annoying, because that's going to be another clan that we're not going to be able to recruit for a little minute now. And it is a clan that would have come over, so that's a real shame. Yes, we're lacking in money, and yeah, it probably would have cost us a fair bit and maybe a bit too much, but it's a real shame that we didn't manage to do that. I guess that's the luck of it, you know, the luck of the draw. We got a critical success, which was awesome, but then 2 ineffectives mean, boom, we're done. Luckily, however, there is actually a companion in this town, so it might be a good idea to level up or promote a companion we already have. Of course, we just earned ourselves a tiny little bit of money by selling those prisoners. Do need a little bit more money. Definitely going to have to do smithing after this episode. Miss out all this gear though. Gonna leave the best of everything we can, because of course if we do upgrade a companion, I would like to kit them out. At least have them be in better gear than just rags anyway. That was a lot of scarfs. Almost empty. I kind of like draining the shops of a town that isn't my own, however, because it does affect the prosperity if you constantly drain the town of cash. But as we're at war at the moment, it's not really advisable me just go tramping around the world. Let's have a look to see if we've got anyone that I'd want to give it to. I think he is my dude. And I think he's leading a party. Oh, the tracker. The tracker could be the dude. But again, I believe he's leading a party. So we're going to have to give... Yeah, he is. I think we've had him one of the longest companions we've had. I definitely need to change it up. The spice vendor is gonna do okay, I guess. So we'll give her that party. And then that means we have... Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot. The tracker, I believe, is going to take him a few minutes just to kind of regroup within our party. We're going to bring that, because if you notice, we've actually got a few people raiding our town. So I've created an army. And what's that going to do? It's going to bring those party members over within this area. So I don't necessarily want to form the party, but I do want to make sure that my dudes are in this area of the map patrolling, just taking out these people that are, as you can see, just raiding my towns or raiding my villages. It's really annoying, but it's a really good way to pull troops into areas that you want. You know, I'll disband the army before they actually make an army, and then my troops will just, my parties will just roam this area. Ah, there we go. The tracker has joined my party. Let's see if these guys do their job. There we go. Little detour, and they've taken care of that raid for me. I do love it when a plan works out. Let's dismiss this. Like I said, these guys will just stay in that area for me, which is going to be really helpful. There he is. There we go. He is in my party now. However, I do want to kit him out before I actually send him on his way. Now, it's not going to matter too much, because typically when you have a party leader or a clan leader, a lot of their battles are just simulated, so they won't necessarily get, you know, a huge ton of levels when it comes to actually combat and stuff like that. But looks wise, at least I would like them looking a little bit better than a pauper. Nice little cape for you. And a helmet. There we go. I don't think I'm going to be able to give him a horse, because I don't think I've got any spare saddles. Pretty good shield, though. And couch the lance, just in case. Let's look all the way up. Give him some axes. So he can ride a pretty good horse, but like I said, I really don't think... It's a bit of a shame, because I've just given him that lance now too, but I don't think I've got a saddle. No saddle. That's a shame. Oh well. I could buy a saddle from the town, I guess, but not a bother. There we go, and let's turn him into a lord. Now, as I've said before in the last couple of videos, it costs a lot of money to turn a companion into a lord. It costs 500 influence, it costs 20,000 dinars, and of course, it costs a castle as well. And if not to make matters worse, it does take a very long time for them to actually build up and become a decent sized clan. They will be clan tier level 2 for an incredibly long time. They will grow, but it will take time for them to grow. But hey, I need numbers on the battlefield. I don't have a huge ton of clans, and having that extra party roaming around the map for me is really, really helpful. You know, it's an extra 100 troops that I can call into an army if I need it. But guys, I'm going to end this episode here. We did take out another castle for Sturgia. In fact, we kind of finished off Sturgia despite the war still ongoing. And of course, we have upgraded one last companion into a lord. But I'm going to end this episode here. I will see you in the next episode next week. Don't forget to join, guys. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts down below. All interaction is greatly appreciated. But until next time, I've been a monk, we've been critically clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.